Hello everybody, my name's Dave, thanks for joining me. Avoiding the scumbags. How to avoid getting ripped off when ordering online. Online auction sites. I think you all know what I mean when I'm referring to one of those. This so-called auction site is well known for being full of scammers. So, how do you know who to buy from and how do you know to work out who is legitimate or not? It's not infallible. Nothing is certain, and there is always someone out there who would be happy taking your money and not sending you anything. However, many of us are susceptible to such scammers, and the site has some protections in place. However, you can bet your bottom dollar that they don't have those in place out of the goodness of their hearts. No, they have them there for two reasons. The first is that consumer laws in Australia would have them sued, and if everyone got ripped off, and if they wouldn't have any customers. So the issues are as follows. Cheaply made, very poor quality items, usually Chinese. Sellers that pretend to be in the same country and are not. Dangerous items that are not safe to use. Cheap items that use images from better quality items. Parts that just do not fit. Holden Jackaroo snorkel, for example. A couple of stories. As part of the channel I subscribe to on YouTube is BigClive.com. Link in the description below. Big Clive is an electronics specialist and he strips cheaper made Chinese tat from cheap shops such as Poundland in the UK or the Dollar Shop in Australia. He takes them apart and then examines them and then discusses them. On several occasions, Clive has reported on items normally Chinese that are dangerous, and there is a massive risk of electrocution and death. On several occasions I have reported these to the said online auction site only to be totally ignored. The vast majority of snorkels being sold for the Jackaroo 4JX1 are in fact for the petrol engine. Having reported this several times over, you'd think they would sort it out, but no, nothing. They do not give a damn. So while they protect you where they have to, they don't care at all. So what does that mean for us? What this means is that you still need to have your wits about you when purchasing things. I have berated China quite a bit and they deserve absolutely every single little bit of it. However, not all Chinese manufacturers are bad. Things are changing and quality is improving slowly. The likes of Vivo are trying to strike a balance between quality and cost, which it seems is working for them. Another brand is Horusty. They are very similar and trying to do their best to strike a balance between quality and value too. So what do you watch out for? Anything marked as unbranded is usually cheap and nasty, and the price is no indication of this. I literally just saw a $90 snorkel for $565. Never buy cheap drill bits or cutting tools because they are normally mass-produced, badly finished and not made with the best materials. Beware of anything that has a brand name like EP Auto, M-Mobile, Motorsy or T-Haw. Odd names for Western society, and they're likely cheap Chinese brands made from cheap materials. Is it good value to buy cheap though? On occasion, you do get an item that you purchase cheap and is good, but more likely it's not good sense to buy cheap. Just watch another YouTuber called Project Farm, linked in the description, and you will see our trend, especially when it comes to counterfeit goods like cordless drills. They're just crap. My strategy is to try and find a Western manufacturer even if the goods are made in China. Zito is one. These companies like DeWalt and Milwaukee have a reputation to keep up, so you know that they are checking what is being made. It gets us all in the end though. Even me sat here making this video smug as hell have been caught out. Usually when your guard is down and you're not thinking. For example, I was once taking my Jackaroo camping and I needed a solar blanket urgently. I went into the site being discussed and found a reasonably priced 300 watt solar blanket, so I bought it. After using the blanket several times I noticed that never ever, even on a really sunny day, did I ever get more than 7 amps of charge. I had bought the blanket well over 2 years previously, and I was sitting at home one day when I thought about the 7 amps. Just 5 minutes later, after searching, I found an article on Snowy's website about measuring solar panels, working out their square meterage, and then working out their wattage from that. After I measured my blanket, I found it was more like 110 watts than 300. And with my newfound information, I went to my purchasers and found the seller was still active. To making a formal complaint and threatening them with the ACCC, they gave me my money back. And I kept the blanket. I was then very careful after that point and purchased 200 watt panels that I now connect in parallel. The next day delivery company. Online bogus auction sites aside, there is another well-known company whose logo states A to Z, who is just as guilty when it comes to stopping these fraudsters or the lack of taking any action. Whilst it may be extremely convenient having a next day service, you need to be just as vigilant when using this company. I have had a lot of refunds here too due to false advertising and creating a fuss to embarrass them mainly. So what was that about a snorkel? Yes, the absolute vast majority of snorkels on sale for the Jackaroo 4JX1 do not fit. Yes, if the snorkel looks like this, then it is for a V6 petrol engine. If the snorkel has an S-shaped airbox connector like the one in the picture, then it will not work for the diesel because the airbox is straight through. I know because I have had both snorkels. The only snorkel that is correct is the Safari snorkel. You can buy this through ARB. They aren't cheap, but worth the money. There are a couple of videos highlighting this issue. I'll link them in the description. In summary, if you're buying online, be careful what you buy and who you buy from. Complain if it's not right, even if it's for $1. More often than not, they will issue a refund and tell you to keep the item. Snorkels, if it has the S-bend, it will not fit on the 4JX1 engine. You have been warned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.